Hi my friends, welcome to the channel English Professionally, and we continue our playlist English Grammar from Zero, so lesson 28. And so you see this playlist is extremely important, so we started from very basic things actually, and then you'll see more difficult things, and so intermediate grammar and also grammar for higher levels too, it's also in our plans. So really, let's continue. You can, if you don't have much free time, so you can listen to this playlist when you do other things. It's also okay. It's a very good listening practice. It's also good for grammar and speaking. Okay, so let's remember what we know about present simple to be. Okay, so we mostly use short forms in speaking. As you see, I'm, we, you, they are. So we are, you're, there. And he, she, it is. Yes, he is, she is, it's. Okay, let's look at some examples. I'm a sales manager. We're in one group. You're in one team. They're independent. He's an outstanding person. So outstanding means very special person. She's our special guest. It's very unusual. So you see, you have a subject, it's a pronoun, so I, we, you, they, he, or she, and it's very easy to choose the right form of to be, or it's very easy to choose the right form of the verb to be. Okay, so, but you know that we often don't have it, and we need to choose the right form of to be anyway. Like here, look, this thing is strange, so we put is because this thing means it is. This thing is strange. The result is good enough, so the result means it. The results are brilliant. The news is shocking. It. You need to know that news is singular in English, so it's like one, so is. Knowledge is power, so it's singular, like one. This money is enough, so money is like news, like knowledge, so it's like one, so not many. Okay, so if you want to form a negative form, so you see that you say I'm not, we, you, they aren't, and he, she, it isn't. For example, I'm not surprised at all. So surprised is an adjective, and we don't have a verb, so we need the form of to be. I'm not surprised at all. We aren't tired of these things. So we say tired of, and tired is also an adjective, so we don't have a verb, and we need the form of to be. You aren't happy. They aren't professional workers. He isn't available at the moment. She isn't afraid of difficulties, so we say afraid of. Okay, good. So, but you know that we often, have something, instead of these pronouns. For example, the boys aren't at school. And why do we need aren't? Because the boys, it means they aren't. So the boys aren't at school, The offer isn't interesting enough. So it means it. Our results aren't good enough. It means they. This idea isn't you. It. Money isn't everything. We talked about it, that money means, so it in English, it. Money isn't everything. Okay, and so you want to ask a question? No problem. So am I Are we, you, they? Is he, she, it? Am I the best student? Are we in the right place? Are you angry? Are they surprised? Yeah, surprised is an adjective, yeah? Like tight. Is he tall? Is he an experienced lawyer? Is it his idea? Okay, but you know that we often have something instead of these pronouns. For example, is this singer very popular? So why do we have is? Because this singer means so he or she. We say is he, is she, right? Are your colleagues very friendly? So they. Are their ideas the same? They. Is this hotel good enough? It. Are these lessons really so effective? So they. Of course. Or sure. Or certainly. Okay, so actually I prepared more examples especially for you so you can listen and repeat. Okay, he's my boss. They're in the United States. We're busy now. This thing isn't popular now. Is it a good plan? My father is there. They're in Great Britain, or they're in the United Kingdom, or they're in the UK. He is a professional teacher. It's a good lesson. My boss is very busy. It's cloudy. My friend is 25, or my friend is 25 years old. My relatives are in America. Are you here? The lesson is boring. Are they serious people? It isn't an expensive thing. It isn't windy. She is a housewife. Are they strange people? He isn't an angry person. My progress is real. I want to speak English naturally. She is beautiful. You're a good teacher. He is a good person. It's in my flat. Are you together? Your ideas are interesting. He is a director. The books aren't cheap. Are you there? Is your mother a housewife? Is it a sunny day? Is this thing really so important? Are you in his office? It isn't in America. It's in China. It's a bad idea. It's an interesting offer. Is he busy at the moment? He is the best teacher in the world. English is easy. He is a designer. It's an important detail. That book isn't short. They're from America. I'm a manager. Their results are brilliant. She's tight. Is your father a businessman? It's in our country. The offer is so interesting. Is he wrong? They are talented students. This idea is new. Is he a talented student? This information is enough. Your lesson is very informative. Are you a designer? It's an excellent result. My result isn't so bad. We aren't students. It's so interesting. You're kind. Is the chair comfortable? Is all this money enough? It's on the right. These words aren't important. My computer is very powerful. Is it rainy? The book isn't expensive. It's a good exercise. Really, it's a good training. Is he a popular singer? It isn't an interesting book. This idea isn't new. These exercises are so useful. Their problems aren't small. Is she an actress? This building is very high. It's important. I think it's a good result. They're students. Is it an effective lesson? The key is on the table. Is your brother in hospital? I am not hungry. The tickets are cheap. I am not American. I'm Russian. This exercise isn't difficult. These things aren't so important. It's so difficult. They're in Russia. Is your classmate ill? Is it in this area? The book isn't so cheap. Is it a strange thing? The hotel is expensive. Are they wrong? My boss isn't at work. We aren't friends and we aren't enemies. It isn't bad. It's good. Is his mother a businesswoman? His girlfriend isn't here. The chair is comfortable. They aren't expensive. His friend isn't reliable enough. My friend is quite reliable. They aren't in the park. They're in another place. Is his method different? That house is old. Those videos aren't good enough. Is she a native speaker? They aren't stupid, or they aren't silly, or they aren't foolish. The results aren't good enough. It's obvious. The boy is talented. Is this information reliable? It isn't a new car. It's an old car. This person is very good. Is he a professional teacher? This money isn't enough. Are these lessons really effective? The problem is small. The woman isn't a manager. It's a good idea. Is she a famous writer? These videos aren't so funny. They are good parents. Is he very successful? Is it a cold day? Are they rich? Is he a rich person? He isn't our boss. They aren't professional workers. It isn't a cheap thing. Is she your classmate? These ideas aren't new. Is he your acquaintance? He's my old friend. Are they reliable friends? It's so easy. We aren't tired of these things. Is she afraid of it? Is it an interesting book? It's easy. It's in this city. The girl is talented. Those people aren't right. You are talented. I'm Russian. You're a good teacher. He's a lazy person. We're hard-working. Is his level high enough? Is he a strange person? This knowledge isn't basic. Are you really happy? My bag isn't in my room. He's my boyfriend. Is he happy? It isn't cold. It's warm. I'm not tired. Are the girls rich? Is the news sad? Is it a pleasant feeling? The problem isn't big. Is the result good enough? Everyone knows it. All people know it. They're clever, or they're smart. You're the best teacher. It isn't strange. Is she a talented actress? His progress isn't big. The chair isn't so comfortable. Our computer isn't powerful. His lifestyle isn't healthy. Are our friends there? Is he a talented actor? I'm in the park. She isn't my girlfriend. Is she a housewife? He is Russian. These things aren't good enough. It's a long story. She is Russian. He's American, but he lives in Russia. Is it a cheap thing? Are your relatives in America? It isn't a boring lesson. Your lessons aren't boring at all. They aren't rich. they are poor. Okay, my friends, so really this playlist is very good, it's very useful, so let's continue it. And you know that, so if you don't have time, if you don't have free time, no problem, you can listen to these videos, you can listen to this playlist when you do other things, yeah, it's also okay. So really, let's continue, yeah, and let's have a look at more difficult things too. Thank you.